Straight 6 fan checking in here on the headboard and footboard project. We got them all sanded down tonight, all the way down to 220 grit. Funny, you could tell where they didn't use the coaster, like right in here. Not so much here or here, but right in here. Anyway, it's sanded down alright. If you're wondering, basically everything else is poplar, plywood's birch. Well, let me turn my fan off. Sanding and welding out here this evening, so I was trying to keep the fumes down. But yeah, like I was saying, poplar. I'm thinking this was maple, the coffee table, so got a lot of different species under the sun on this project. So yesterday, when I was getting the footboard assembled, you can see it can, let's see if it'll do it for you guys. It can balance on its own, but I had it like this. I took the headboard in, and then the wind, or mayhem as they'd call it, it blew the thing over. And so I spliced the joint, and then my glue joint along here basically delaminated. So luckily I had bought another piece of poplar for the backside because I wasn't sure how the mattress was going to interact and everything, so I put that on tonight here, and had a notch around my cabinet brackets for it to do that, but I think it'll be nice and clean now. And then I just pin nailed basically through the front face. I wasn't 100% sure I wasn't going to blow out through the front, so I went from the front side back. So it's got a lot more support now. It's pretty rigid. In the last video I mentioned something about a fifth leg, so here's a look at that. I welded that in tonight. This bed frame is from Sam's Club, and if I was to give advice, if I was to do it all over again, one second, let me get my little motion detector light on. There we go. I probably would have just bought material on my own. I'm not sure how much time this really saved me, because I also ended up stiffening these things. There we go. There's probably a better shot. You can see I made a comment in my last video. I welded some 1/8 inch thick strap. Let me tell you, these were some of my best welds I think I've ever done. I don't know if it was just the conditions lining up right, but I normally don't show my welds on here, but I'll slide in a picture of one I took. But yeah, anyway, it's about 10 o'clock, quarter after 10 here on Tuesday evening. Again, I got someone that needs to sleep in this bed on Friday evening, so I'm going to stay up later here. Some of my joinery didn't come together as tight as I'd like to on the bed posts, so I'm going to caulk some of the seams. But yeah, I better keep it short. Yeah, one of the other reasons why so I spray painted this thing. I had just enough black paint to cover this in case that's how it was going to have to stay. I think I'm going to break down by another can of semi-gloss black paint. It was kind of a rush job, so it didn't turn out great. But yeah, another reason why not to buy the Sam's Club bed frame. I had to kind of scab on the end here and make my own brackets anyway for the end, because it's normally open-ended. Looks like we got a nice little sawdust on some wet paint. This looks kind of like cheap bed liner. And if you're looking real close, you might see I got a little George Shade Tree Fix It Man in me. This is a garden stake. I just had laying around. I had, you can see I overlapped an angle here, and then I kind of butt welded 2 angles together that was left over from the Sam's Club kit. I wasn't 100% confident that the stability of this bracket, so I welded that right angle there too. I just didn't want it to break, so I went overkill and put a little brace in. So that's kind of what I had laying around. You won't see it, so, but yeah, I think that's gonna do it. Let's see if I can cherry pick a nice weld. See if you can see through the primer. No. I'm better off probably just showing you guys a picture. So, with that being said, till next time, peace out.